Good morning, San Antonio, or should I say, Arn? Who goes there? That's right, everybody. Cleto Rodriguez here, and we are here live at Pepes Tacos and Salsa, and want to invite you to come on out, be part of our live audience, 12820 Jones Maltsberger, the home of the Where's Cleto show, and I'm here with my. I know I'm here. I think he should pick me up. Come here, mijo. Come here. This is my nephew, Christian Rodriguez, and he's going to be my co-host today. And again, for those of you that have been asking actually about Rory, she's no longer part of the show, but she is still part of our Where's Cleto familia. We wish her the best, and she's doing some great things. So we want to go and give our hats out to her and wish her the best. And again, we're going to miss her, but she's big time now. So yeah. And then Pops. I call him Pops. That's my little nephew.
little big nephew.
My little big nephew, yeah. So he's actually going to be helping me today and kind of co-host this awesome show. Now, just to let you know, Pops, your career and everything is downhill from here. It's downhill from here. Matter of fact, it's like this is the way Angel's here is here too. He'll be coming on the show later. He saw my nephew and he goes, "Whoa, where did the DNA go wrong here?" So again, he's going to be reading our comments, going to be helping out with the show today. So I want to give him a big welcome. And again, we're here at 12820 Jones Maltsberger. At Pepes Tacos and Salsa. I already had my Philly cheesesteak taco.
Oh yeah,
Pops, what's your favorite taco of all time?
I like carne quesada with cheese. That's
yes,
my go-to. Bean and cheese and bacon. That's a staple. Come on.
Yeah, you got it. Now you're pretty fit. We're supposed to. I'm supposed to look like this in this shirt. But, so I always tease my nephew every time I see him. I go, "Why do you have to wear your little brother's shirt?" It's like
this is an XL. I upgraded from the medium.
So I go ahead and I tease it quite a bit, but he takes it in good strides. But so you're still working out?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, just got a membership at the Crunch off of San Pedro.
Okay.
It's only $10 a month. And then they have everything. I have a bunch of equipment out there. So slowly but surely, I've been trying to get back into the groove of things. I did take a little hiatus during the winter because I got hurt my wrist.
I did the same thing too. I took a little hiatus.
I just never got back into it.
It was since 9th grade. My wife, it's been years. I can see it in the background. It's been years he gave up. So no, for those of you that just tuning in also and asking how my surgery went really, really well. I was very excited. Thanks to the doctors, Dr. Friedman and the staff over there at Baptist Medical. That they really did a great job and helped me and the surgery and so on. So I want to say thank you to them. I went to get my surgery the other day and I went to go check in. And the receptionist, I was in a giddy mood because I was excited about the surgery actually happening. And I was going to be able to see pretty soon, and so I go over there and the lady asked for my ID and she asked for my insurance card. I said, okay. So I go ahead and I give her right before I give her my ID, I go, "Ma'am, I just want you to know, I get this a lot. So when you look at my ID, they're going to tell you, I look just like Brad Pitt." And she goes, "Yeah, you are getting eye surgery." She goes, "Either you are or I'm going to need it because I don't see it." And I go, "If you look closely." And I went like this to her. She goes, "Nope."
Maybe Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel, yeah. I was trying to go for Vin Diesel, but that didn't work out either. So, but yeah, it was kind of fun. I mean, it was an interesting surgery going in. I was just really excited. I was very glad it finally happened.
What exactly did they do?
So it was a detached retina surgery. So because of my diabetes, it caused a lot of the retina to unfold. So you have to go back and glue it down and all that stuff, just so you don't have to lose your vision. But they had placed an oil bubble in my eye, so it holds the retina down. It's like a glue, if you will.
Got it.
But they have to go and take it out. Now, if it was a regular gas bubble, it could have dissolved like this other one did.
Okay.
So what they did is they took the oil bubble out and they put a gas bubble in. So I have this gas bubble now that's in my eye, and yeah, that should be able to dissolve in about a week or two, depending on how fast it goes. But
Wow.
yeah, so it's kind of it's been a little tricky, and but here we are. And I was going to ask you, so are you still selling homes? You still doing the realtor thing?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
So if you need a home, he'll help you out. Or,
absolutely.
Or is it apartments?
So I specialize in apartments, but I also do new build home sales as well.
Okay.
So if I always say if you're looking anywhere from about 30 to 90 days, that'd be a good time to get you pre-approved for a home loan. And a lot of these builders, all on the outskirts of San Antonio, right along 1604, they're doing no closing cost and up to $20,000 in incentives to buy down the rate, fixed rates, all that good stuff. So yeah, it's a great time. I know interest rate's a little high, but if you do the new build home route, you can be locked in as low as a 4.9%.
Oh, wow, that's not bad.
For a home loan, yeah.
I really want to do a new build on my land. Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to do that because I like to go and do a new build.
Yeah,
I think you need like new money.
No,
I was looking at you right now. I was trying to think, what's different about you? It's your beard.
Oh,
you got a beard now.
I got a beard now. Yeah,
Wow.
I grew up and started. I like it. Yeah, I just got it trimmed up yesterday at the barber shop, so it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna be cutting my beard off because I actually saw my facial. I couldn't see my face for 3 months, and then the other day I got an injection in my eye and I was able to see a little clear. And I looked at the mirror and I saw my face for the first time in 3 months. I go, when did I get this gray? And I'm like, everyone been telling me it's been that gray. And I'm like, really? I was like, wow, I look like Kenny Rogers. Anyway, but, so what have you been doing besides, selling homes?
Yeah, no, just...
Since the last time we saw you, and you had all those DMs.
Oh, yeah. Well, I just turned 30. March 20th.
That's right. Happy birthday.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So my goal is to get a passport, and I really want to start traveling.
Okay.
So that's on my bucket list right now. To just visiting Mexico, Japan.
So are you still single?
Yes. Currently still single.
Not it's complicated.
Currently still single out there, searching for that special someone.
So we might have to have Monday you should tune in because I think we're having Monday, Valerie. Monday we're doing the mixed mingle or Chris Kringle or something.
That's gonna be here. Where's that gonna be at?
Modern Mingle. Yeah, it's gonna be on Monday.
Modern Mingle
and Mi Familia at the Rim. So we're having we're gonna have a speed dating thing. No,
really? Oh, I was like,
no, but it's somebody who's gonna. We're trying to get.
Hey, I'm Gina.
Oh, hey, Gina, how you doing?
I'm sorry.
We're in the middle of the show. Gina's here, everybody. Our guest, so so we get for turning our back.
Yeah.
So we have one of our guests. I'm a mayoral candidate who's going to be here today, and she's going to be coming in. Let's do a quick roll call. Yeah, I think we're at that time now. Let's do a quick roll call and see who's on here. And if you have any questions for me and myself or Christian, please let us know. And thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate it. It's good to be back.
All right, we got Michael Flores says, good morning, my friends.
Good morning, Michael. How you doing, buddy?
Maite Ruiz says, good morning.
Maite.
Anna Sandoval, happy Pepes Tacos Friday.
Happy Anna Sandoval. That is our trivia guru next to Angel.
Nice. Pamela Sherry Esprova Allen says, good morning.
Good morning, Pamela. Pamela Allen. That's she goes by Pamela, aka Tina Turner. Yes, Tina that's her.
Roland
she's simply the best.
Yeah.
Get that, huh?
Roland says, Chinga Cleto Rodriguez, I want long johns over now.
Roland said that. Well, it's Lent. It's fish day today, so
Maxine Olivio, good morning.
Good morning, Maxine.
Valerie Romola says, good morning to all. TGIF.
Morning,
thank God it is Friday.
Yeah, it is Friday.
Love Fridays. Eric J. Velasquez says, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Eric.
Terry Rodriguez, good morning, Cleto Rodriguez. Glad your surgery went
That's when
great.
I know. That's when I know we have a mayoral candidate is when Eric comes on. Eric comes on and he gives them the business. I'm telling you. So go ahead.
There you go. And Yvonne, good morning, Cleto.
Yvonne Gonzalez.
Bahrain.
Oh, Yvonne Bahrain. Okay, yeah. Hi, Yvonne.
Yep.
How you doing?
That's all of them.
Tell your sister hello for me and your brother. The Bahrains are awesome people.
Awesome.
Good people. So again, guys, we got a special guest here with us today. I don't know where she went. Okay, so we're gonna bring her on. She's a mayoral candidate, and she's gonna be she threw her hat in the ring. I mean, again, there's 20, I believe, 7 candidates that are running for mayor of this great city. So we want to make sure to go ahead and we want to give everyone a chance and an opportunity to go ahead and share their viewpoints on this platform. So if you have any questions, make sure to put them in the comment section, and we'll go ahead and ask them questions to Gina. But without further ado, let's go ahead and bring her on. Gina.
Hey there. Okay, so now is my time.
Yes, now is your time.
Just
yes.
up on your shoulder. Okay.
Yeah. that was so funny because you said, "Hey, how's it going? How you doing?"
Honestly, I thought y'all were testing it. My bad. I'm sorry. I was like, oh, hey, there's 3 of them here.
No, let me. I mean, you got a big race.
Is there? I think there's only one person running.
You know what?
Gina Ortiz Jones.
The one that matters.
That's right.
That's it. The one that counts.
I just got his endorsement. Y'all see
you
that?
know what? Hey, there it is.
Clip that.
You heard that, right? So tell me right off the bat, what made you want to throw your hat in the ring?
Yeah, well, look, I'm a proud product of the far west side. Grew up, went to John Jay High School. Single mom raised me. And
Mama.
Yeah, hey, exit 7, exit 7.
We like to call them Mustangs Light because I'm from the other. We're the real Mustangs.
Oh, you're right, the other Mustang.
You're the other Mustangs.
Yeah. No, but I always like to share, just frankly, with all the attacks going on in our community. My family story really starts over 40 years ago. My mom graduated from the #1 university in the Philippines. She came here as a domestic helper. That was the opportunity to chase the American dream. She's like, I know if I go to that country in that capacity, if I'm willing to work hard, sky's the limit, right? So she just reminded us every day that we were lucky, not smart. We were freaking lucky to have been born here, and we better give back. It's why I was honored to serve in the Air Force in a number of ways, and why my sister.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the service.
And it's why my sister serves in the Navy to this day.
Awesome.
Right? And so I've been very fortunate. I've earned a 4-year ROTC scholarship, took me to from John Jay to Boston University. And I'll be honest with you, Cleto, one of the most formative experiences I've ever had there, actually really shaped kind of how I think about leadership. Right? Okay. So, I was there on a scholarship. One of the first things I had to do was sign a piece of paper that said, I will not engage in homosexual behavior, because don't ask, don't tell was the policy at the time.
Oh, that's right? Yeah.
So I knew what that meant. My opportunity to get an education, my opportunity to serve our country, my opportunity to die for our country, right? All that goes away just because at the time, folks didn't have enough courage to say, hey, anybody ready and willing should be able to serve, right? And so 20 some odd years later, when you fast forward, I was honored to serve as the Undersecretary of the Air Force, the #2 person over the Air Force and Space Force. So managed $173 billion budget, led 600,000 people. That experience, though, as a young person really showed me, and I think arms me with something that is really important moving our city forward, is when you are making decisions, right? When you're leading the discussion, always make sure and ask, who am I not hearing from? Right? And why am I not hearing from them? I would argue many of the challenges in our community could be addressed with somebody that is really attuned to understanding, hey, we've got to do better. And part of why we're dealing with some of these challenges is because we haven't necessarily listened to as diverse a set of voices as we need to in our community. So I think it's also important, when you're running for office, you got to have a plan, right? You got to have a plan.
Gotta have a plan.
On my website, I've listed the things I'd want to do first 100 days. We don't have any time. We don't have any time to waste. And so first 100 days, because the plan also, look, even if we had a different president, even if we had a different governor, right, we would still have the fact that over half the kids in our community, grades 3 through 8, they're not reading at level. Their math skills are not at level. We'd still have 95,000 people every month that struggle to pay the rent, struggle to pay the mortgage. And you and I both know if we were on 10 at 5 p.m., we would still be questioning our life choices. Right? There's so much delayed construction. So it's really important you've got a plan. I've put it on there, things to bring down the costs where we can, make smart investments where we must, and absolutely bring more transparency. So at the end of the day, my entire career in public service has shown me true national security starts at home, starts with smart, healthy kids, government elected officials, understanding to whom they are accountable, and it's the people, and a lot more transparency around how our dollars are being spent in our community.
Wow, I tell you what, I've seen you thought about this for a bit.
Yeah.
Now, let me, what is it about, what is something that you want to my viewers to see that they don't know about Gina Ortiz Jones?
Wow, what they don't know. Well, I think what's important I'm about doing stuff, right?
Okay.
And I'm about making sure we're moving in the right direction. And I've got a long record of doing that. I'm very proud of the barriers that I was able to knock down when I was the number 2 at the Department of the Air Force, to make sure we were really keeping the best, training the best. Because at the end of the day, right, our talent, our people are always going to be our number 1 resource, which is why one of the things I want to work on in the first 100 days is, hey, how much talent are we leaving on the table as a result of not fully funding pre-K for SA in our program? Then this is the thing, right? Like, the daughter of somebody who came here as a domestic helper. I went to all Title I schools, not even just public ed. I went Title I schools, Adams Hill Elementary School, Pease Middle School, John Jay High School, and then to serve as the number 2 person nominated by President Biden, confirmed by the Senate. That only happens when, one, you've got a good education, but you're willing to work hard. But when your city and when your community and your country invest in you, that is possible. Show me another country where that's possible. I'll wait. It's not, right? So the opportunities that we've got, I think, are vast in our community. We've got the talent, we've got the resources. I look forward to bringing the leadership. But let me just finish that thought. One of the things I wanted to do first 100 days. Hey, show me how much talent we're leaving on the table as a result of not fully meeting the need for pre-K in our community, and then show me the bill. Right? Let's all look at what this number is if we wanted to pay that. Because if you tell me we've got more money for another publicly financed sports venue, then I know we have some money for some kids.
Yeah.
Right? I know we have some money for the infrastructure that is really critical to our long-term economic security.
Well, I love the fact that you have education on your mind, and that it's going to definitely play a role. I think we definitely, it's needed in our community. It's needed in our city.
Yeah.
Real quick, are we gonna take a quick commercial break right now? Let's take a quick commercial break. We come back, we'll have more with Gina Ortiz Jones, so don't go anywhere. Be right back.
It's that time of year again. Time to review, enroll, and ask questions about your health insurance. AHIA is here to help you navigate all your options stress-free.
Look, I'm no insurance expert, but I do know one thing. If you're calling your cousin Chewy for insurance advice, you're doing it all wrong.
AHIA is dedicated to serving San Antonio with personalized care. Contact them. Local service, real people, trusted expertise. AHIA, it's about family.
Here, tell me. Hey, if you're looking for a house and you're looking to get out of your house, we have the right person for you. Margaret Sandoval, our very own realtor. You want to give her a call. She works very, very hard to go ahead and find you the best deal you want. That you're looking for economy, if you're looking for, space, if you're looking for just a place of your own that you can just make brand new memories in, she's got you covered. All you have to do is give her a call. She will work day and night to make sure that you are satisfied with your purchase. Not only that, but do it at a highest standard, meaning finding you the most economical house and get you that's on the market today and get you the best deal. So give Margaret Sandoval a call today. She's waiting by the phone. Thanks. All right, and we're back, everybody. We're here at Pepes Tacos and Salsa, 12820 Jones Maltsberger. Proud sponsor of the Where's Cleto show, and we're here with Gina Ortiz Jones, who's actually running for mayor of this great city of ours. And are you're from here? I mean, you named all the schools, and the
Exit 7 does not get more San Antonio than Exit 7.
That's right. I was gonna tell you the one thing that I'm trying to keep it across the board with all the questions with all the same mayor candidates, and again, there's a lot of them running.
Are there?
And, there's quite a bit.
There's only one.
Yeah, no, there's only one. Yeah, that's right. So I love there's some things that I'm taking from the different mayor candidates, because I really one thing I really enjoy, because I keep up with national politics. I don't really
have to.
You do, but I didn't realize that it starts here.
Oh, mother! Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, get me started.
It starts
here we go.
Here. Yes. And I love the fact that, everybody is really pumped up about. So to me, the way I put it to a lot of the other candidates is that everybody, to me, if you have an idea, or if you have a concept, or you a premise, anything to make this city better, you're a winner in my book.
Yeah.
Period. I mean, all of us.
Well, not all ideas are good.
But that's
right?
true. That's true. Not all of them are good.
That's right.
And everybody's got a different viewpoint. They got a different perception, you know, of what it should be, what the city should be.
Right.
Now, the one thing I do want to ask, and I've been asking everyone this, is Project Marvel.
Yeah.
Where's your stance on Project Marvel?
Well, I think, look, Project Marvel has the ability to really transform our downtown and our city, right? I think it's really important, though, that we get some data, right? We don't know. There's lots of basic questions that we still don't have answers to.
Yeah.
How much is it going to cost? Who's going to pay for it? And what is the ultimate benefit to the community? Those are some pretty basic questions, okay? So let's get answers to those. Because, you know, Cleto, when I think about this, I'm not only thinking about what it could be today. Let's look at history. I think, you know, history is really instructive here. Mayor Cisneros, at the time, right, when he was the mayor, he said, hey, let's use public money, right, tax dollars, to go build the Alamo Dome. And that'll make us competitive for an NFL team. The Brahmas are cool. Cleto, that is not an NFL team.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And Nelson Wolff, when he negotiated, when he was the county judge, and he said this on another podcast, the deal that he negotiated was as a result of using public money to build the AT&T Center, that we would get 20% of Spurs profits every year. He said, ask me how much we got over 20 years. Zero. That's Nelson Wolff telling you that. I'm just saying, right? And on top of that, when you leave the AT&T Center, you're still looking at Coca-Cola distribution trucks. Because I went to Tommy Calvert's town hall, right? Where and this is the second one, when people from the community said, hey, where's all that East Side development you promised us? Right? We're still waiting. And now y'all are thinking about leaving. So I think it's really important we ask these very tough but basic questions. How much it's going to cost? Who's going to pay? What's the benefit to the community? Once we can have that discussion, then you know, let's be thoughtful about it, because as we just talked about, we have some real generational challenges in our community. So we got to think about this generational investment in the context of that. Is there a way in which Project Marvel and the proceeds from that can be used to pay for pre-K for SA from now forever? Call them Coyote kids. I don't care. meet the need. I mean, it's funny, but it's like, why not? Why not?
I see where you're going. Okay.
Hey, I learned a long time ago the three most important questions any leader can ask: why not? Where's the data?
Okay.
Right. So why can't we think about, you're asking us for something? Let's ask too. Right. Because to your point about, you got to understand, it's not just local. It's not just my neighborhood. It's not just our city. We're dealing with what's happening at the state level. We're also dealing with what's happening at the federal level. And all that's important. And so I want to make sure that we're thinking about all of our decisions, not only in the near term, but also the long term. So a couple of opportunities. And I get this question all the time. So can I just share it here? I get the question all the time. Hey, what are the things you would want to work with Governor Abbott on? Like, what are those things, right? Because it's not a secret that I'm a Democrat. But this is a nonpartisan issue. And honestly, my career in public service has really been apolitical the whole time, because you're a civil servant. But San Antonio, we have a great opportunity. We are the 21st largest manufacturing exporting region in the country, right? Thank you, Toyota. Thank you, Navstar. 5% of our workforce in San Antonio is in manufacturing. That's $3-4 billion just in payroll. So for me, the plan, I would want to, hey, San Antonio Manufacturing Association, South Texas Business Partnership, all the chambers, hey, let's put a plan together. How do we go from 21 to 17 to 14 to 11? Because that stuff doesn't just happen, right? We've got to have a plan. And so the governor and the state, they've got a fund. It's called the Texas Economic Development Bank Fund. And this is, hey, all of those that we're trying to bring companies here. And it's that fund that we can give them incentives and entice them to do that. So we're going to be fast friends on that, because I want to bring businesses here. They're talking about setting up the cyber command here that they want to do with the state. I just came from the Pentagon. Like, I know exactly why it's important that we lean into that, both on the defense side, but also on the commercial side, right? I think it's also important, though, and a leader has to do this, because you pointed out, it's all the things that are happening at the levels ahead of us. As important, though, as bringing businesses here is making sure that leaders know how the things they are doing are not helping us. And can we finish this point? Because in particular on the healthcare piece, 2022 was the first year that Texas saw an increase in teenage pregnancy in 15 years. And that was because of the abortion bans. And who's driving that? Young Latinas. So if you look at that map of where kids aren't reading at level, math skills are not at level, where you're also seeing teenage pregnancy, same areas. So that is an economic issue. And now you are reading OBGYNs. They don't want to train here. They don't want to come here. You're not going to project your Marvel way out of that, right? So we got to think, how do I bring jobs here? But also, how, as a leader, do I make sure that we're also talking about, hey, these are the things that are making it really hard for us to grow in the way that we want to.
I like how you have it planned out, and you have something for everybody along the way, and that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
We have some questions on here. What's the first question? Eric. Eric Velasquez is asking, how do we know that you have our back with a lot of out-of-state funding? Campaign funding.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm very proud of the fact that I have this level of support that I have from San Antonio folks is higher than literally everybody else.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I look, people know that San Antonio is the 7th largest city in the country. They know that more people live in our city than in 10 states. So they want to make sure that San Antonio is well led. They see my background. They see my record of public service. They see the plan that I have to get stuff done. And people are like, you know what? We need good leaders everywhere. So I'm very thankful for that support. And I look forward to making sure our city is well led.
Awesome. You have another question, Marty?
Yes, since you're West Side born and raised, what have you done for the West Side recently to show that you're committed to being there for the community?
So
especially for the most underserved and underrepresented area.
Yeah. So I wasn't born on the West Side. I grew up on the far West Side. Adams Hill Elementary School, Pease Middle School, John Jay High School. I'm very proud of my entire career in public service. And my plan that I put on my website is reflective of our challenges. There's the data that we've been looking at for so long has been the same circumstances, right? So we have to really address these things.
Yeah.
And so I look forward to bringing my service, my leadership to address those. $173 billion budget is what I led, 600,000 people. So I'm thankful to bring that level of management, that level of leadership experience, but also knocking down barriers. People can frankly go read about the things that I did in knocking down barriers for people that are currently serving. And I did that because, I know military, well, in particular, San Antonio is Military City, USA.
Right.
And this is why, to your point about the national piece, it's really important that San Antonio gets it right. The number one indicator, the number one indicator of whether somebody will serve in the military is if they know somebody who has served. And so that makes communities like ours really important because we contribute so many. So that means if we are not producing enough kids that are healthy enough or academically prepared enough to serve, it's a national security issue because we contribute so much. I would argue, though, it's also a challenge for our community if they're not academically prepared or healthy enough for the economic opportunities here.
Right. Which
is why pre-K for SA, lots of information that says that is the best investment you can make in people when they're young, right? Because I would argue if we had more pre-K for SA, we probably wouldn't need so much of the Ready to Work program.
Right.
Right. So again, this is about smart investments. I look forward to making sure our city is well.
And this is another question I asked a lot of the other candidates is, my thing is, I've been a stand-up comedian for 30 years, traveled all over the country. I still do it. And I go to different spots and I see the different homelessness.
Yes. Yep.
There's Seattle, there's LA. I mean, it's like I go all these spots. And in San Antonio is becoming one of those. Yeah. So it's like, what is your plan to get, to clean up our city on that end?
So I think you're right. I mean, even on exit 7, you never saw that under the bridge.
No.
Going from my side of Park all the way to when on my way to school. So I think it's really important. One, it's not these encampments. They're not safe for the people that are there.
Right.
Right. Much less for for the community. So I think it's important we do a couple of things. One, we've got to have much more temporary housing, right? If you're worried about where people are getting them off the street, well, they got to have somewhere to go.
Right.
Right. So don't tell me that that you care about that issue without then building the thing that we need. And that's important because we've got some upcoming opportunities to invest in this. The 2022 bond, the 2027 bond is going to come up. And that, if we look at how it's grown historically, that's going to be maybe $1.92 billion. So we have to think about, building these resources in the context of addressing that issue. I think it's also really important, though, that we're looking as far left too. The economy is getting worse. We know that things are going to get tougher for people, on top of the funding that has normally either come to the city or come to the county or even gone to the nonprofits that would help the homeless. A lot of that is uncertain at this point, which is very concerning, which means we will likely see more homeless people. So then strengthening the process to ensure that people can stay in their homes, right? People are not prematurely evicted, I think is really important. You're treating people with dignity and respect. I think that's an important piece of it as well. We know a lot of the folks that are homeless deal with substance abuse issues, mental health challenges. This is an area where we in the county have to strengthen our partnerships, and then also work with the nonprofits who help us understand, hey, these are the gaps y'all aren't filling. Because right now, with fewer resources coming to our community, it's really important our partnerships help us understand where the greatest need is and ensuring that we're meeting them. Just because, as you know, just because the money doesn't come in doesn't mean that they don't still need it. Right. So we've got to think, okay, how do we address the greatest need in our community and let people know what we can do and what we can't do?
Wow.
All right, with this being your third mayoral run, what is something that the citizens need to know that will make you more relatable?
So it's not my third mayoral run.
Is that her
I'm
third?
reading comments.
Who was that?
Eric.
Eric. Eric, get your facts straight, bud. Come on. It's my guest here. Come on. This guy. Third year.
No.
This is your first time running.
This is my
Mayor?
first time running for mayor.
Okay.
Yeah. And look, I think, look at my background, look what I have done. And I would, as importantly, look at the things that I have gotten done when I've had an opportunity to do that, right? Knock down barriers for people so they could serve to their full potential. Making sure that we're, again, doing things in a smart way. As the undersecretary, while you manage a large budget, led a lot of people, it really came down, Cleto and Eric, to two questions. Eric, call them out.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. 7 comes out sometimes.
It's right.
Those two questions.
Don't let the mud box come out, Dad. I'm telling you right now. You know what I mean?
The two questions, right, every single day. 1, do my people have what they need to be successful? And 2, are we making smart investments, right? That is fundamentally what this job is about. And I think my approach that is focused on getting things done. You know what was really funny? And it shows me that when you're talking about the issues, people are with you, right? So I went to a neighborhood association meeting at Ingram Hills. And it's not unlike Heritage, where I grew up, because Ingram Hills is right by Business Careers Homes. My sister went to Business Careers, that's why I say Business Careers. But anyways, so they were having a neighborhood association meeting, and this woman walks up, and she's got a deplorables on the bottom of her shirt, and it's Mount Rushmore, and they put Trump's face on it. And I was like, well, she's an engaged person, right? This is an engaged citizen. So let me go talk to her. So I went up to her, and I wasn't like, hey, I'm a Democrat, right? Because I'm a normal person. I just said, hey, I'm Gina, like I'm running for mayor. These are the kinds of things that I think are important. And we had a conversation, and she's nodding her head. And at the end of it, then she's like, all right, I'll take a sign, right? So I think when we are talking about the issues, when we're talking about where we're trying to go and how we get there, we share a lot in common.
Well,
right?
I think that's important, in especially this time, that if we can meet in the middle,
that's right,
and make something happen. I'm tired of the stagnant and the bipartisan on both ends. It's like you gotta be able to work together and just gel. I mean, make this country. I mean, again, like I said about the national level, but the local level, I found out. It's like with we've had several candidates come through here, and and I like a little bit of everything from a lot of them. I mean, and again, you're one of those folks that just came in and just you sound like you're gonna do whatever you can to, if I'm hearing you correctly, to make sure that we're gonna find a way to make this happen. That's it. But I love the fact that what I'm hearing, because you're like, okay, well, this is here, this is here, this is here. Let's get from here, and let's see what we could do.
You know where that's from?
Where?
I was raised by a single mom.
Okay.
Resourceful.
Yeah.
Right. We don't leave money on the table. And 2, we're going to get it done. We're going to figure it out.
I like that.
Right. Because when I remember my mom, it like tough days, right, where she was working several jobs. And I was complaining about something because, my life as a 7-year-old was tough.
That's right.
Right. And she's like, keep going. Just keep going, right? And that's what it's about, right? We got to put points on the board. We've got to move forward. Things are going to change, but I think you want a leader, one that has leadership experience, that has a plan, right? And is going to call the BS when you need to call the BS. Because I get my own care at the VA, right? Either at Audi or off the one on 151. Again, as I mentioned, I went to all Title I schools. So it's really important to that we are talking about, hey, the things that you're doing at the federal and the state level, this is what it looks like in our community. It means vets aren't getting care, right? It means people are losing, good civil servants, many who were veterans are now losing their jobs. It looks like, frankly, you saw it in the newspaper, even Northside, they're having bigger classes now, right? More students for one teacher because they're concerned about the level of funding. And so what does that do? It makes it really hard to attract good teachers here. We're already one of the lowest paid teachers in the entire country, right, in our state. So we have to think it's not just today or tomorrow. It's like, okay, what does this ultimately look like? And again, San Antonio, we're the most economically segregated big city. We've got the highest rate of poverty of any of the top 25 cities. So I can aspire. That's why Project Marvel, real basic questions, right? Because we've got some real challenges in our community, and these things are hitting our community harder than others.
Okay, now, is there anything else that you want people to know that before we go ahead? This is the last bit right here. So whatever you want them to know about you and what your plan is, let them have it.
All right. Well, thanks so much for your time. You too, Eric.
He said, my apologies. I know she ran for other political positions.
It's all right, Eric. Eric, you can just vote for me, brother. That's okay. So GinaOrtizJones.com is my website. Go on there. And if you've got some feedback, send me a note, right? Welcome hearing about it. I don't have all the answers. I think we do need a plan, though, based on what the data says is very clear about our challenges. But early voting starts on the 22nd, right? Many folks actually have already gotten their ballots in the mail. I would love your support. GinaOrtizJones.com. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, there you have it. And again, Gina, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Sorry about bombing you earlier.
No, it's all right. I really enjoyed everything you had to say, and I think I think you can do well.
I appreciate it.
I really believe that. I mean, I think everybody so far that we've had on the show has got, the one thing I noticed about the campaign is that, people, you got to come in with a confidence. To me, I want to know someone. Well,
confidence rooted in knowing what you're talking about.
Yeah, you got to know what you're talking about. You got to know. You got to have a plan.
Yeah.
Like you said, you can't just I'm coming from mayor. I just thought I'd go ahead and throw my hat in. Just say, I was bored. I didn't have anything to do. But anyway, I again, thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I know you're busy. I know you got to keep going.
Thank y'all.
Gina Ortiz Jones, everybody, make sure if that is your candidate, you like what you had to say, go vote for her, okay? Make sure to go vote. Tell your friends, tell everybody.
That's right.
Go vote for her. So again, thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We're going to come back. We're going to talk more with Pops. We're going to have our movie guru talk a little bit about catch up with him. We haven't seen him in forever. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. If you want the best movie experience, you have to go to City Based Cinema. It is my theater, and I want to invite each and every one of you to come on out. Not only they make you feel welcome, they treat you like family. Brad Smith and the crew really know how to do it right. If you want that state-of-the-art experience in a movie with the surround sound, you want to go to City Based Cinema. They got reclining chairs, right? You got a comfortable experience all the way through. Not to mention a full-on bar right when you walk in as you're waiting for your movie. They got TVs so you can see a game or two. Also, they have a concession stand that you do not want to miss. It's like no other. They have your regular popcorn, nachos, and candy, but they also have barbacoa and Big Red, not to mention Takis, pizza, and corn dogs. So you want to make sure to get your snacks before, and a comfortable recliner and the state-of-the-art sound system. You are set. City Based Cinema. Don't go for your first-time experience. If you have never been there, go check it out. It's my theater, and now it's yours. And we're back, everybody. I'm here with Pops. We're taking pictures with Gina Ortiz Jones, and the only thing is nobody sets me the right way. So she's looking this way. I'm just looking the wrong way. So did you enjoy that, Pops?
I did.
She sounded pretty good, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of the candidates we've had on here, first of all, they're real nice, real smart. They all know what they're talking about. They all know what they want to do for this city. And I thought about running for mayor.
Yeah,
I did. I thought for about 2 minutes, and I said, but then I was like,
it's a
lot of work. I got to hiatus. I gotta have eyesight. That kind of stuff. I was like, nah. I'm all right. I'm good. But I want to go ahead and what time is it? So we wanted to talk a little bit about. I want to bring our movie guru in. Okay, he's Angel Hernandez Rivera. I know. I go figure. Angel Hernandez Rivera is in the house. Everybody, our very own movie guru. Come on here. Let me have him pass that to him right there. So he's going to be coming in here. We haven't had a chance to catch up with him since Gene Hackman, I think, was the last one.
Yeah,
Gene Hackman passed away, and then
my natural reaction right now is to ask your nephew how much he benches, and I just know the answer is more.
Yeah. Look at his arm; it's like so big. It's like, oh my God, he's breaking through the shirt.
Now, see, I would believe he looks like Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
And we look more like George Lopez.
So
with all the white hair we got.
The other day, we played the Not So Newlywed game, my wife and I, and she was my co-host. And I guess so. I didn't even think about that. So my wife's in my ear. She goes, "Angel didn't need a mic." Yeah. So the thing was, one of the questions was. And by the way, I'm the one that wrote this down. I wrote the question. I said, which actor would you say looks more like your husband? Keanu Reeves, Brad Pitt, or Tom Cruise? And she goes, there's no more choices? She goes, I go, no more choices? You got three. Like, who do you want to add? Like Jack Black? Wow. Jack Black. Are you serious?
He's a funny guy.
Jack Black, yeah, he's funny, but he ain't good looking. Like good night. Wow.
When you're that funny, you don't have to be that good.
Anyway, getting back to you, it's like so. Welcome back, my friend.
Thank you.
He's been out of town. He's been working at a gig, and but we have him back here now. We lost a legend, Val Kilmer, and this was hard.
Legend.
Yeah, he's pretty much okay. Borderline
legend.
Okay, no legend.
He's not up there with Hackman, Nicholson, Jimmy Stewart, John Ray.
But he's a damn good actor.
Pacino.
What would you put him? What tier?
Like good, and at times could be great. Just starred in way too many bad movies.
That's true. I'll give you that. He did. He was in some, but he was in some good ones too.
No, he was in some good ones. Like because I was thinking about what are the 5, I think, quintessential Val Kilmer performances. Now, you have to start with Tombstone,
yes.
Even though, and as I said before, that's a bad movie.
Yeah.
Now, you take Kilmer out, and it's a horrible movie. Yeah. But Kilmer elevates it to just bad.
Even Russell said, I gave him all the good lines.
Yeah.
He said, I gave him all the good lines.
Then he also starred in this very little scene film called Thunderheart.
Yeah.
With Graham Greene.
Does that make you work? No, which one am I thinking?
No. It's the one where he plays an FBI agent sent to investigate.
Yes.
And like I say, that underrated film, very, very good. I'm going to give Kilmer that. He is excellent in his 2 scenes in True Romance, where he plays Christian Slater's conscience dressed as Elvis.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, I forgot about that.
I'm going to give him that. I'll give him The Doors, despite the fact that again it's a bad movie, but he's good in it.
He's really good. He sold it.
And then of course Heat. Heat is his best movie.
Heat.
I love
over
that
Top Gun?
Oh, I forgot about
Iceman.
Okay, I gotta add Top Gun on there.
He's good. He's good.
He's excellent in Top Gun. But yeah, it's just like I just love the line where he's just there. The bank's worth the risk.
Huh?
The bank's worth the risk.
Oh yeah. The bank's worth the risk. Yeah.
Over the plan. Like, do we leave now? And Gilmore's like, the bank's worth the risk. That's where I stand.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love when Ashley Judd goes.
That's really, really.
He's like,
and you see the look on his face.
Yeah.
Just devastation, but he can't show devastation. Or else the FBI is gonna be like, why is that guy devastating?
Yeah.
So like I said, I wouldn't put him legend, but he's kind of like that Ed Norton level of when he's on, he's on. Mm-hmm. Like when he's on, he's excellent. He's really, really good. And then he does things like The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yeah.
And Ghost in the Darkness. And Batman Forever, where you're just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, where did all your talent go for this film?
Chris, do you like Val Kilmer?
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
So you never saw any of these movies?
Top Gun. Okay, Iceman.
No,
he's the guy that's not Tom Cruise.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, Pops. Thanks a lot. You can go sit down over there.
And you never saw Heat.
I've never seen Heat. I'm
Oh,
more,
you know, we're gonna get Pops out of the gym and more into the
Well, he's also good in Real Genius. Like he's
Real
genuinely
Genius.
funny.
Yeah, he's
in
funny
that
in Real
movie. Like
Genius.
he's
Yeah,
generally funny in that movie. But like saying he's just, and then he does like a movie like The Saint.
The Saint. Yeah,
What were these
he
movies
said that was
made?
so bad.
It is The Saint's a bad.
No,
movie.
Amadi likes The Saint.
She would.
I love how y'all two go at it. So
But just a couple of movie reviews that I've seen. They're
Yes.
kids movies. So I saw Snow White.
Mm.
All right.
What's the review on that one?
Okay. Here's my thing. If you did not like Snow White, number one, there's a 98% chance you just didn't watch it. You know, and you went in with an agenda not to like it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's going on with Snow White. It's enjoyable. I liked it. I thought it was a good film. You know, 2.5. I think the whistle while you work scene is very, very good.
okay,
Like that was
a great. Yeah.
That was a great scene. I like the Gal Gadot solo right before that, her solo song. You know, it has
Gal Gadot's in it.
where she
Yeah.
plays the evil queen.
Oh, hello! I'm gonna go see it now.
You know, so well, you don't see anything. It's
You
just-
don't see anything. Yeah.
It's a kids movie, bro. It's
Okay,
PG.
sorry, never mind.
This is a
It's-
Superwoman. That's Superwoman.
It's Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
It's not a Fast and Furious movie. All right, it's not that.
Thompson is not a Superwoman.
Yeah, and
Wonder
then
Woman.
I also saw Minecraft
Oh,
with Jack Black.
what was your thing?
Oh,
Okay.
man, that one's been going crazy in the theaters.
For the first like 20 minutes, it's not as bad as I thought. By the way, ladies, Jason Momoa getting a little bit of a stomach now. You know, it's like very noticeable.
That Jason
throughout the film.
Momoa. I tell you that the guy.
Like he's still buff, but like
Yeah.
he can't hike this anymore.
Yeah.
Like he's no longer doing that. But like for the first 20 minutes, it was funnier than I thought it would be. And then right after that first act, I just stopped caring about what was going on in the movie and I fell asleep.
Ah, okay.
Like my nephew was loving it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, this character, and oh my god, I can't believe they brought this
It
in.
correlates with
And
the
they did-
game.
Yeah, and I'm
they
just
have
there
all
like,
the memes in the videos.
what?
Yeah. If you didn't play
So-
the game, it's kind of hard to
Now,
understand.
I
didn't
had
play it, so.
earlier in
Two stars.
early
Two
before
halos.
the show started, I started talking to Angel about the whole Val Kilmer. We're talking about his portrayal as Jim Morrison in The Doors, and we started talking about biopics. We started talking about what is the top 5 or top 10 biopics of all time. Now that's a hard thing to do,
Well,
even if
we
you just
ended
take
up having to get rid of non-musical biopics.
right, non-musical
so things
ones.
like The Wolf of Wall Street,
Yes.
Raging Bull,
Lean on Me.
Patton.
Yeah,
whatever,
Patton,
you
I
know,
was
right.
talking about, yeah.
You know, we had to get rid of those because there's just so many,
So many, yeah,
musical biopics.
yeah.
So, Cleto, I'm shocked. I actually remembered a couple of 70s films. Because normally he's like, whatever the hottest actress just starred in, that's normally what he goes
Let me
with.
tell them my top 5.
Okay.
So my top 5 is it's a rough one because I had tied at number 1 was Rami Malek as Bohemian Rhapsody. He was Freddie Mercury,
Yeah.
and Ray Charles was Jamie Foxx.
They both won
Those
Oscars.
two
Yeah.
are tied at number 1 because they were just right there. The number 2 I had was Jim Morrison. I had Val Kilmer playing Jim Morrison. I loved his portrayal in that one. And third, I had Sissy Spacek as coal miner's daughter, as Loretta Lynn.
Which is a 70s film.
And then fourth, I had Selena. I had what's her name, J Lo.
Jennifer Lopez. She
And
could
then
have scratched
for
herself
fifth,
before.
I had a 3-way tie. It was Joaquin Phoenix and Walk the Line. It was what's his name?
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey is Buddy Holly. And then the other one was what's his name? Bob Dylan.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah,
Timothy
that's the
Chalamet.
one I was
That
about
kid
about that one.
sold it for
He killed
me,
it.
and there was
So
like
you
5.
You didn't put in Lou Diamond Phillips.
He's 6. La Bamba is number 6. I mean, because I liked La Bamba, I really did, but I just thought Joaquin did so much better. I thought Charlemagne did so much better.
It's good,
Charlemagne, for not
He
really
knocked it out the
saying,
role.
he knocked it out of the
Yeah.
park. He really did.
Booty shot.
Booty shot.
Foodie shot.
Ready?
Okay. Well, you know what, Angel? Do you like gorditas? Is that what you're having? Gorditas.
Yes.
Come in with our foodie shot, and let's have a seat over here. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get seated.
By the way,
seated there. You see right here,
one
Pops.
that I have to just mention on there because it was totally forgotten and even robbed of a nomination.
Uh-huh.
And that was Chadwick Boseman as James
Yes. And then we were talking about Leon, who did Little Richard, and he did a fantastic
And then
job.
there's the Temptations, in which
The
all
Temptations,
of them
right?
did a very.
But speaking of Temptations, Pepe's here, everybody. Pepe,
What's going
my
on,
main
guys?
man,
Good
They're
Pepe.
not Temptations. They're just
Today we're having gorditas.
You know what? You don't have to tell me.
Hey, we're gonna have to tell Charles Barkley.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Charles Barkley. We got some
we got
gorditas here for you.
gorditas here.
He's just mad because that's all he can get now.
That's right.
We got some beef gorditas.
All
cheese,
right.
Beef, and then you put some lettuce in. If
Yeah.
you want some lettuce and tomatoes, fix it yourself.
All right.
So guys, I'll let y'all.
All right. Thank you, Pepe. Appreciate it.
Let me get
Pepe
another
Tacos and Salsa, everybody. Tonight they have Vidia night from
Vidia night.
4 to 9 right here at Pepe's Tacos and Salsa, 120 Jones Maltsberger Road.
That little
And,
soup he has in the videos.
you know,
Delicious. So good.
It's like, I remember one time I heard a comedian say, "Hey, you like gorditas?" Do I like them? I married them. That comedian was me. Anyway, so Pops, who's your favorite comedian of all time?
You.
That a boy. That's what I'm talking about. That's my nephew right there.
I know you can physically see my eye rolls.
That's my nephew right there. So speaking of comedians, Porfirio, our friend, he actually had a funny joke about Snow White. He said that Snow White.
That's regular. That's not spicy. And this one's the roasted.
Ooh,
Y'all can just try it out
all right,
if y'all want something.
all right,
And if
guys.
you want something hotter, there's habanero.
Go ahead, guys. Go ahead and take a little bit of that right there. I'm a size guy. Go ahead and grab one.
All right. Can we get another plate?
So
Yes, please.
so I had the he said a funny joke. He said that Snow White was Mexican because
she not?
all those seven dwarfs were her kids. and then all you had to call it was El Sleepy, El Lazy. Don't be. I'm like laughing. I was like, that's funny. Oh my god, it's so funny. Anywho, but go ahead, guys. Go ahead and grab that.
Yeah.
So you know what, Pops? Let's do a quick roll call.
Do you want me to-
Yeah, go ahead and tell me the roll call while they're eating.
Yeah. Let me see.
So my wife is my producer is helping me here while they're going to go ahead and grab some of that food here.
Here, get that one.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna cut it now.
Yeah.
I'm on a low carb.
No carb.
Let's see.
That does not surprise me.
Just kidding.
Oh man, that's good.
Mhm.
Anna Sandoval said Val Kilmer was amazing in everything. The movies may not have been great, but he was.
He's horrible as that.
No way. Angel, Val Kilmer sold it.
She agrees with most of Cleto's biopic choices. Your brother said, "Good morning, gentlemen."
Good morning.
Oh, Granddaddy.
I'm glad that what's going on.
Roman Garcia said, "Ahoy, matey."
When are you at the
Roman, how you doing, brother? Happy anniversary to Roman Garcia and his wife, Ralph.
These are delicious.
Celebrating 31 years of marital bliss right there. I'm telling you.
When you at
I
the
want to be
Woodlawn?
like him, huh?
When you at the Woodlawn with Roman and
We're going to be at the Woodlawn Theater next Friday night. Good Friday. And then tonight, I'm going to be at the United Methodist Church for
In Alamo Heights.
in Alamo Heights,
Laughs for legal aid.
Last for Legal Aid. So I'm going to be doing something for them. So I'm excited about that gig. I did it last year. It was really cool.
Stephanie Chavez said, "Love Pepes Tacos and Salsa. They're awesome."
Stephanie Chavez, how you doing, Stephanie? So I think, getting on the biopics, there's so many people that we left out. At number 10, I had Angela Bassett from What's Love Got to Do with It? What's Love Got to Do with It? Who was the other one that I picked? Oh, Jessica Lange is Patsy Cline in Sweet Dreams.
again, technically, it's not a biopic because they can't say it's Janis Joplin, but Bette Midler in the Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, Your Mommy Dearest is a biopic.
Oh, now Patton was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Patton was like right on the money. Oh, the other one was Joe Clark. Lean on Me. And then Jaime Escalante and Stand By Me was pretty good.
I wouldn't call that a biopic though.
It was about him.
No, it's about him, but it's about a situation.
Okay.
Whereas a biopic should go over the course of a few years and not just one moment. So that's why I had Wolf of Wall Street or Raging Bull in there, because they go over the course of somebody's life. Same thing with Johnny Cash, that he leaves somewhere. Instead of just
What's good, Pop?
Oh man, that was delicious. I already finished it. Oh man, that was good.
What do you think, Andrew?
Everything at Pepe's I love. Like there hasn't been anything I've ever gotten here that I don't immensely
I love
enjoy.
it. I love the food here. If you've never eaten at Pepes Tacos and Salsa, guys, you're missing out. You need to come try it. Delicious food.
Come for Biddy night.
Birria night is tonight. If you like birria from 4 to 9, he's got flautas. You dip that stuff in there, man. I tell you what, I drink that thing like a straw.
It's good, right?
It's so good, man. I love birria. I didn't know what birria was.
Yeah.
Pops, can you hand me my drink right there?
I probably knew what it was, but just didn't really connect it. Like when he first brought it out that first night, I'm like, oh yeah, I've had this before sometime in my life, but never recognized it as birria.
What's that, babe? Let's do a roll call again, Pops.
Yep.
Oh, my favorite comedian?
Yeah.
Oh. My favorite comedian.
Person.
Oh, man, that's a tough one. Marty said it's Marty. It's funny because right now, I like a lot of comedians, man.
Who's your favorite right now?
My favorite. I love Chappelle.
Yeah.
I love Chris Rock.
The GOAT Eddie Murphy.
And I love Bill Burr.
Bill
Burr's
Burr is my favorite right now.
He's funny.
Bill Burr right now is like my favorite comedian.
He's funny.
We're at 58. All right, guys. So let's do a final thought. Y'all want to do a final thought and close the show out? First of all, let me just say thank you to Pops for coming in last minute. I asked for the lefty. He came in. He saved the day. And again, big shout out. Pops, you're welcome anytime. We'd love to have you on as a regular.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm sure the women.
I came in with a fresh cut.
You finally got your replacement for Jose Sadu.
I know. I'm sure the women are like thinking to they're probably looking at this saying, dang, how did Clip get all that eye candy in there? And his nephew. I'm like, wow.
Now I understand there's very few things bigger than Cleto's ego, but like that bicycle is like even bigger.
I don't think there's anything bigger than my ego. But it was that was funny. We got all this, right?
You know what? He needs a hat. He needs a cap.
Yeah, we got to get him a cap. That's right. Where's Christian? So, Pops, you're welcome. We'd love to have you back. Yeah, that's how you're always welcome. And then Angel, well, thanks for coming, Angel. Angel, let me tell you, Angel sends me a message
Right after surgery.
He sends me a message, and what?
Right after your surgery.
Yeah, right after my surgery, he sends me a message. Goes, hey, Cleto, I was gonna send you a message, but since you can't see it, I didn't send one.
I was gonna send him a get.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay.
Since he can't read it,
I'm
there's
like,
no point in sending it.
and I put only you, Angel, only you.
Let the voicemail.
That's right. Anywho, well, let's go ahead and have our final thought. Angel, I'll start with you.
Not everything has to have cream on it.
How about you, Pops? You have a final thought?
I wasn't expecting a quote. Just you go first.
Okay. My final thought is, guys, we're going to head on to the weekend. Make sure to be, enjoy it. We're going to be at the Poteet Strawberry Festival tomorrow for a special edition of the Where's Cleto show. So we'll be out there tomorrow morning. Tune in around 10 o'clock. We're going to show you the parade route. We're going to be on the parade route, showing you the parade kind of deal through our perspective. And again, it's nothing, it's going to be to where we're just showcasing the parade itself. So if you'd like to go ahead and tune in tomorrow at 10 o'clock, we'd love to have you and show, we'll be on live. So tune in for that. And again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And you have
to take it a day at a time.
There you go.
There you go.
And Rick, no pain, no gain. All right, guys. God bless. Take care. We'll see y'all. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.